So my purpose for being here today is just to focus on some breath work and talk to you a little bit while we do just a little bit of yoga and maybe mention why these things are good for us, and how to use yoga to undo some tight places in our hips up into our side body and our spine, shoulders, and necks. Um, I would recommend yoga maybe at least trying it once. And then once is never enough because there's so many teachers and you have to find different styles. And I'm just here for you in my community, so thank you for being a part of it. We're just gonna start seated, legs crossed. And we're gonna start to do some breath work. Start to calm the mind, start to calm the body, any nerves that are running crazy. We just want to get that settled. I struggle a little bit with anxiety, and it's not on the daily. I mean, it can be. It just depends what little thing I'm not in control of, maybe. Sorry about that. It's a trash can in the neighborhood. Okay, yeah. We all think it's really annoying. Sorry about that. So back to breath work. Try to find a nice place to get comfortable and quiet as you can. We are going to rest our hands, palms down on the knees, or maybe palms up. Start to create a straight spine, shoulders right over the sit bones. And just start to notice the breath. Breathing normally in, breathing normally out. And then start to take a deep breath, inhaling through the nose, holding it at the top once there, and slowly exhaling out the mouth. Now I want you to continue with this flow, but keep your lips sealed. So the next exhale, I want you to breathe out your nose. So we're gonna try to inhale, let's say for 6, and exhale for 8. So we'll try to count in your head once you get there. So it should look a little something like this. For a few minutes on your own, just start to breathe normal. Inhaling for 6 seconds, filling up the body. When you get to the top, hold it, and slowly exhale. Breathe out the nose. Inhaling 6, exhaling 8. Slowly start to open your eyes, return to a normal breath. You can also do that with exhaling out your mouth if it becomes too much. On the exhales, keeping your mouth closed, what it's really about, the breath work, is just settling the body, settling the mind, allowing a full breath to flow through the body. That your breath is constant, it nourishes you, and it's just very important for maintaining certain moods. And you're taking these deep breaths and you're exhaling longer. You exhale longer so that on the inhale, you're able to absorb or take in more breath. That's usually the cause of exhaling longer. So that's just a little experiment. I'm glad I did that with you guys, and let me know how it goes if you tried it out. I hope it works out for you. So we're just gonna start to get into some things that are good for our body. I like to do some things daily, starting on my mat on the floor, coming into child's pose, big toes come to touch. You could spread your knees wide. There's many ways to do a lot of the poses, and yours never has to look like mine. Your hips don't have to sink all the way back. You might be tighter in the hips, or it might be some pressure on your knees. So just don't overdo it. Just notice where the tension is and do what feels good for you and what your body allows. So we're gonna come and walk our hands out in front of us, start to reach forward, resting the forehead on the mat. When you get there, just take a couple breaths and breathe. On the inhale, feel the breath rise through the ribs, up into the chest and the throat, all the way through your body. On the exhale, feel the chest collapse and your belly start to descend. One more breath. On your next inhale, slowly walk your hands back up. Come on into your knees. You like to put your hips right over your knees and your shoulders over your wrists, just for some proper alignment for the next pose that follows. Now, some men particularly, but any women too can feel like this, that just moving our hips is awkward to do in front of people. So maybe you could do this alone on your own time, but this is cat-cow, and it's really stretching through the hips, through the spine, and a little bit into the shoulders and neck. So on your inhale, you will drop the belly, pull the inner shoulder blades together down your back, and lift the chest and the neck. Pushing your heart through your chest. You can stay here for a couple breaths just to feel what it should be like. But on the inhale, you come into this pose, and on the exhale, you push into your hands, round the spine for cat, drop the head, pull the belly button into the back of the spine. You can stay here breathing, just feeling what it feels like. Where do you feel this pose? Don't think about if you're doing it right, just think about what I'm saying. Inhale, drop the belly. Put a little arch in the low back, lift the chest. Exhale for cat. Couple on your own. Breath to movement. And after you played around with that a bit, you can return to normal tabletop. And then you can add the hips. This is what I mean by feeling a little awkward about the hips. You can start to add movement in your hips by rolling them one way. Your hips need this. It kind of feels a little juicy is what some of my yoga teachers would say. Just flowing those hips, adding that movement. Even though you sit down all day at your desk, drive all day in your car, just feel the movement in your body. Allow space to be created. And come to stillness. We'll do thread the needle. And sometimes your feet don't have to be like this. You could curl your toes under, whatever helps you keep stable. So you'll inhale the right arm up, send your gaze with it, inhaling. Exhaling slowly, bringing that right arm under your left, bringing the right ear to the mat. Stay and breathe. Inhale, walk that left arm forward, reaching with the fingertips and just setting the palm down on the ground. Feeling the stretch in the shoulders. Feeling the body in this new space. In this new position. Inhale, walk that left fingertips back to your face. Press into the left arm. Reach that right arm back up to the ceiling with your gaze. Exhale, bring that right arm down. Same thing, other side. Inhale the left arm up, send your gaze with it. On your exhale, drop that left arm underneath the right. Left ear comes to the mat. Breathe, relax. Just keep breathing. You know, yoga teachers will say relax a lot, and maybe it's just that you can't. And it's just for you finding how can you, what is it really causing you, the distraction? Is it that your body really feels uncomfortable in this pose, or is it your mind judging this pose or judging yourself? Walk those right fingertips forward, stretch into the shoulders a bit more. One more inhale, one more exhale. Inhale, bring that right fingertips back to the face. Press into the right palm. Inhaling, looking up. Exhaling back down. So I must be here probably almost 15 minutes almost. So it's very interesting. And we only done a couple things, but this is where you can start. It doesn't have to be a full class. This is enough sometimes. Sometimes you could just feel a change in your mind, a change in your body. Just these little things help each day. But we're gonna continue on. Just a couple more things that I often do daily or throughout my day, not even all together. It's just like when I feel like I can catch a break and focus on myself or focus on my body. Give more attention to your body. Give more love to it. Press into the palms, curl your toes unders, press into your fingertips, lift up your knees off the mat, press those hips up and back, drop the shoulders, or drop the ears away from the shoulders, pressing your thighs closer to the back of the room. You can keep bending your knees. You know, your down dog may look different. Your body can feel different. Allow yourself to feel good. Find your edge. Find the comfort. Do you feel the stretch in the back of the leg? Maybe in the hips when you're pedaling out your down dog. And come to stillness. Find stillness. Breathing. Find that breath. Inhale, look forward between your hands. Exhale, slowly walk to the top of your mat, tiptoe. Your fingers between, or your toes between your fingers. We'll go ahead and drop the belly over the thighs. Send your head down to the mat, relaxed. Have your hips right over your heels. And go ahead and put a little more weight into your toes. Feel the weight of your body shift. Relaxing the neck, maybe shaking it yes, shaking it no. Feel the stretch in the hamstrings, maybe grab behind your calves to get a little deeper, pulling your chest closer to your shins or your thighs. And then relax your hands on the mat. Inhale halfway up, bringing your fingertips to your shins or maybe your thighs, coming up with a flat back. Still squeezing your inner shoulder blades together to get like a small kind of lift in the chest, and shooting out energy through the crown of your head. Feel like someone's pulling your head toward or toward the front of the room, but keeping your feet grounded into the mat. So you're feeling the stretch here, but you're also feeling it in other places. Inhale, exhale, fold. Drop the chest onto the thigh. And inhale, slowly roll up one vertebrae at a time, your head being the last to rise. Take your time getting to the top of the mat. Roll the shoulders back when you get there. And just continue with a couple more shoulder rolls back. Still breathing deeply, mindfully. And the other way, roll the shoulders the other way. And relax, come to stillness. Your feet can be a couple inches apart, closer together, whatever feels good on the knees, the hips. Now we're gonna do mountain pose, but mountain pose isn't just doing what it looks like. It's feeling mountain pose. Mountain pose is grounding your feet into the ground, feeling stable, feeling your feet press into the ground through the four corners. So maybe spreading your toes wide to activate the leg muscles, the quads, the inner thighs. Squeezing your belly together. Not tilting the butt out, but tilting the pelvis in. And then just like in some of the things we were doing, like the cat-cow and halfway lift, squeezing those inner shoulder blades together, lifting the chest, reaching and spiraling those arms up away from the ears. Pressing down, reaching both ways through the bottom of the feet, lifting up through the crown of the head. Inhaling, exhaling, feeling strong in this pose, feeling your muscles work. Go ahead and drop the right arm. Leave the left arm up. Inhale, side bend to the right. Reaching that left arm over to the right, not dumping into the side body, but reaching through the obliques. Sending that gaze up. Inhale both your arms back up. Exhale the left arm down. Inhale the right arm up and over to the left. Create space through the side body. Inhale, reach a little further. Exhale, go a little lower to the left side. Inhale, both arms back up. Exhale, swan dive forward, hinge from the hips. Keep those hips over the heels. Relax the neck, relax the head and the shoulders. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, bring your arms out in front of you. Step back to a plank, but drop those knees right away. Exhale down to a low plank. Inhale, flip your toes. Bring the tops of your thighs off of the mat. Reach through the chest. Pull the inner shoulder blades back together, pressing into the palms, feeling strong, feeling the psoas stretch, the hips by the pelvis. Inhale, exhale, press back into your down dog. And then when you get here to down dog, or you could start from down dog. If you want a couple extra hip stretches, lift one foot up in the air at a time. Start to create circles with your hip. And when you do circles one way, you want to do circles the other way. And I find this really creates a lot of space in my hips, just doing just this movement, if nothing else, on both sides. Lifting one leg up, doing some hip circles. Takes a lot of tension away from the glutes, through the hips, a little bit of the low back for some. Of course, being in this pose too long can have an effect on the shoulders, but then that just tells you you should work on your shoulders. But I'm gonna stop it there. I already feel good, that little breath work. And you know, it could be a challenge to do things that are best for you. I hope you see the good and the light in what I've just shared with you. And thank you for tuning in.